going to get that vantage point too. He don't have no posture. He's just in there and they come after him.
Okay, this is a replay of what we, the beginning of what we missed earlier. The live stream ended and it's coming back. As soon as Maxwell's back, we will get back live. Again, this is what happened earlier. Louisville, Kentucky, a standoff. And you will see it escalate. You will see a confrontation. Amen to that. Truth is like the moon and the sun. May all lives be protected and no one lose their life. There's a homicide suspect barricaded inside the apartment.
If this is what y'all call help,
This happened a few minutes earlier. It's still ongoing, and I will switch over to Maxwell if he comes back on live. He said he would.
The description itself, there is a standoff here in Parkville Apartments. I believe. Watch the Facebook Live of Antonio Brown. He's been here for multiple hours. Antonio Brown's Facebook Live. That's where you're going to get the information right now. I'm trying to find just Antonio Brown. He was down here for multiple hours. I was trying to find him a charger so he could charge his phone, but I was too late. It did die. We don't write it again. We don't write it again. We don't write it again. Don't push her up against that fence like that. Get off of her. Get her stomach away from the fence. 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 Somebody hold this.
This is not about Grandmaster Jay or the NFAC. This is an ongoing situation. Louisville, Kentucky. There was a standoff. SWAT has now entered the building, and this was recorded just about 20 minutes ago, live.
SWAT team has gone inside. It looks like 1601.
Oh, okay. Well, if the if the person that is inside is being trying to be evicted is part of the NFAC, then yes, that is a tie. Yes, there is a suspected homicide victim inside the apartment. SWAT has entered the apartment and breaking down a barricaded door inside the apartment is what I'm informed of.
Anytime I pull up to any scene, I'm gonna be right here in your fucking face, but don't touch my people. And I don't even know them. I do. I do. This is not how you fucking help our community. I ain't trying to help nobody.
Not a homicide victim, a suspect in a homicide.
I don't know how to work this thing. She's right, Doc.
Yeah, I do not have concrete information on anything other than a homicide suspect in the apartment. SWAT entered the apartment. They were met with a barricaded door in the apartment and have broken that down and will be removing the suspect. Yes, the hotter the weather gets, K-Rob, the hotter the weather gets, the more things are going to simmer. Some Capitol rioters are in jail already. Yes, some are not being granted parole either, and some aren't. Yes, it all depends on the trial of the century. If the verdict comes down wrong, Hussein, it is going to be a rip in our country like none we have ever seen. If there is not justice in the George Floyd, in the trial of the murderer of George Floyd.
These officers, let's get their faces. These officers just choked the female and she just passed out. These officers did.
Again, now this was recorded about 20 minutes ago. Maxwell's going to be coming back on live. When he does, I will switch back over to that.
Is there anything like the family talk to them?
Hold on to that motherfucking word.
Yes, man, this is in Louisville. I'm stepping away to do a small update. Yeah, I hear them inside, them being a SWAT team. They're busting in a door inside the apartment. But they went inside too. This is the other vantage point on the other side of the apartment. You see here with the riot vehicle, SWAT team ready to go. And earlier, I only say this, I saw it with my own eyes. And forcing a young girl into the fence. Pressing the sharp edges of this fence into her abdomen. Not that I'm saying this is the cause of it, but she's down, currently laying on the ground, receiving help. Paramedics are just arriving on the scene right now to come help her. Trying not to show any faces of her or her family right now. Paramedics are helping her right now. Anyway, back to this. That's the recap for right now. That's all I know right now.
Once again, the stream is courtesy of Maxwell Mitchell, live streamer extraordinaire from Louisville. Talk a lot about him on the program.
I can gather this is an extension of what I experienced about a week ago. But a homicide happening on Magazine in 29th.
22nd. Magazine
SWAT
in
is inside still.
22nd.
They closed the door. We're trying to figure out what's going on the other end of that door. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. This guy. He just brought the dog out. Bishop Lyons. Yeah. I personally did not see choking. I heard it. I personally did not see choking. Bishop Lyons. Hi. How you doing, this, sir? Oh, I couldn't say. Say that again for me. Oh, Cirilla. Yeah, I agree. Hey, what do you do? What you hear is fireworks right now. This is fireworks. This is fireworks. What you're hearing is fireworks. What you're hearing is fireworks. Again, fireworks. So they did go inside and get him. They're walking him out right now, as you see there. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because I know nothing else.
Okay, we're going to go to Maxwell just came back on live. This is part 2 of Maxwell's video, part 2 of my second part. All of this happened, and I became aware of it, obviously, as it was ongoing. I wasn't set up to cover this like I am normally when I do lives like this. Part 1 was an incredible rushed job trying to get the information out. This video.
The aftermath of what we just witnessed. Both sides of this building, specifically cops and SWAT team, are just stationed around and still inside clearing the building. Right, the SWAT truck is leaving in just a few minutes. I assume. I don't know. It's still here right now. It is.
Yes, too many are letting us be divided by color. Oh, totally agree with that.
It really is.
It's not the pigment of our skins, it's the purities of our heart.
The building, SWAT team, police are, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know the process, but they're here. I'm assuming wrapping things up. Yes, tear gas. I'll never forget this feeling in my throat. I assume they shot it into the building to get the guy out. I don't know, but I could feel it in my throat. Mm-hmm.
Hussein, that's why I'm on here, man. I try to show and talk about things that others aren't showing and talking about.
Gathering back into the Bearcat.
I don't tell people what to think or how to think. I just try to give people things to think about.
Police are currently leaving the scene. And then there's this guy. All right. Can't forget about this guy.
There is one specific police officer that Maxwell keeps targeting, and that's because that officer is suspected of targeting himself. And his targets are
why the situation would
communities of color, specifically the black community.
Militarized presence. Coming in with guns that heavy with compressors on the end of them for one man. Mm-hmm.
Hussein, I look at Maxwell. I look at other live streamers as war correspondents, modern day war correspondents. We used to learn what happened from people that were involved in conflicts, and that's how I view these people. They're brave. Maxwell Mitchell
sure
here
who
in
that is.
Louisville. Ford Fisher.
It's my belief that this is an extension of what we experienced last week, or maybe a little less than a week of a magazine in 29th. But I really
Magazine
don't know.
in 22nd, Max.
I don't know. I want to emphasize that more than anything. But yeah, the police are leaving now. SWAT team's driving away, and it's over.
Joni Wynn.
Are you referring to the girl that was receiving medical treatment? I do not know who that was.
White people aren't in power. There is a power structure, and many of us in the white community are not are not in any way, shape, or form in power. But the most powerful and those that do the controlling and those that are what are called powers to be, yes, they are indeed. Majority of them are white. But yes, Salty Granny, most white people don't feel like that. There are probably 35% that are diehard. 35% of the white people that are diehard anti-black, simply because they don't have. They're ignorant, and they don't have interactions with anybody other than people that look like themselves, and that's incredibly dangerous and damaging. And I talk about that a lot on here.
Yes, thank you. 22nd. That's what you know. Arrested filming indeed.
Talk Black to Me podcast. Hey, man, I'm glad to see you on here. Appreciate the work you do. Let's go down in history for fighting back. And, you know, I've been told this isn't my fight, and I'm not in a fight. I'm in the information business.
Seen Shields once at Stop Asian Hate rally, the waterfront. What is going on? Why is she so silent? I was told by Cirilla that she's out of town. I don't know why. That's Cirilla there with the glasses.
Joni's completely people like you. What did Joni say? We need a mass extinction start over. Joni, that may be coming with the pandemic, with earthquakes in California today, with a volcano eruption, with a vast influx of lava flow into the caldera and Yellowstone, and the potential for indeed a mass extinction eruption. Be careful what you wish for. But I understand the feeling that there are a lot of dark hearts in the world, and it would be a better place if a lot of them were eliminated. I get what you're saying.
Squad car. Take it away.
Oh, the comment before that one? Let me see if I can go up to that.
They did. I'm not sure what specific unit of the police department it was, but there's a team, multicolored outfits, well, dressed down, if you will, I don't know, khakis, flannel shirts. They walked inside.
Yeah, that
I'm gonna guess forensics, but I really just don't know. They walked inside, and
I've been arguing against a mass war for a number of years.
Yes.
Oh, if they let the cop off in the George Floyd trial, it will be hell on earth in America and around the world. Because this is not I started a movement called End All Racism, EAR, and racism, while it is a massive factor in America and one that could be overcome because man started racism, man can end it. And when I say man, I mean humanity.
And that's the update as far as
it's not just an American thing. Racism is a global condition.
Nothing else. Hope you stay alive.
It won't be a riot. Maccabee, I totally agree. It won't be a riot. It will be a revolt. It will be a national uprising. Just as if, just when Reverend Martin Luther King was killed, everywhere but Indianapolis went up in flames. And it could have been a lot worse than it was. The reason Indianapolis didn't is because Bobby Kennedy was here, and he gave a speech, and he talked about humanity, and he talked about the pain and the suffering and the struggles that should have been rectified, but haven't even been recognized by many. So. One thing I do want to say about the vaccine, real quick, and I understand that the Black community's reluctance to trust anything that comes from the white community. Okay. All right. I'm going to wrap up on this. I want to say one thing about the vaccine. And again, I totally understand why communities of color, specifically the Black community, doesn't trust the government. I'm not a big fan of the government either. And if the government made this vaccine, I would be reluctant. But it was science that created the vaccine. And one of the reasons of mistrust is because of the mistreatment of the Tuskegee Airmen when they were purposely infected to see how a disease would impact people. Horrific to even think about. But this is not about denying vaccine. This is about a vaccine being offered. I personally have had both doses, and I feel better than I've felt for a long time, not because of the vaccine, but mentally, anxiety being taken off of me personally, in that I have a feeling that while I know that having both doses will not protect me from getting the virus, it will lessen the impact if it does happen. So I've got to, and for those that aren't taking it, that's your choice. This isn't about taking it or not taking it. But tonight at 10:30, I'm going to be back on live. I hope all of you will join me. We'll be talking about what's happening here. I'm going to get in touch with some people in Louisville and see if I can get some more information. And I will be back on at 10:30 tonight. Come and join me. We'll talk about things. I'll answer questions, comments, and until then, hey, Talk Black to Me podcast. If you'd like to come on the program sometime, man, I'd really love to have you. Anybody else that'd like to come on, email American Doofus, AMERICANDUFUS, all one word, at gmail.com. And until tonight at 10:30, it's a dark world. Try to be a light. I love you all. I'm Barry Welsh.